And one thing that I have really appreciated over time is the whole issue of learning from people, learning from books. And I appreciate the church framework so much because I think everything that I know about marriage, I have learned in church. Those people who say that kanisa tu ni kuharibu wakati, me, everything I know, because in my family, nobody calls us, nobody tells us to sit down and talk to us about marital stuff. But in church, I have learned quite a lot. I'm one person who never misses couples meetings, couple seminars. I really treasure them. And many of the things that I have learned over time, I have learned them in that platform. So this is just to encourage the pastors on board to know that it counts. It counts. You might have few people attending those meetings, but there's someone somewhere who's really benefiting a lot, and one beneficiary of such. So right now I want to go ahead and share my screen so that we delve into today's topic. Let me know whether you can see my screen and you can see me. Someone can unmute and just let me know.
Yeah, you can. I can from my part, my end.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Someone else? Are we good to go?
Yes, Peter, we can see you. You can see the screen.
Very good. Thank you very much. So,
yes, you can see the screen. Very visible.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll ask, as I start this, I'll ask Yusuf to get a Bible. He will go, okay, or rather he's going to read from the screen once we get to that slide. So let's just stay put. So Yusuf, you can be getting ready. So the topic for this webinar is entitled Building Strong Foundations for a Long-Lasting Marriage. Building Strong Foundations for a Long-Lasting Marriage. And I would want to brand it or to rephrase that and say rebuilding, because many of the people that are attending today, they're already married. So it is about rebuilding. And here we are talking about foundations. And we know that every building is sustained by a strong foundation. And right there, we have a picture of some estate. We have some buildings that are complete, and we have another one here in the foreground, which is ongoing. And I've just used this so that I can bring to us the whole idea of a foundation. And we all know that whenever you see someone working on the foundation, how deep they go or how well they work on the foundation will tell you how strong or how tall the building is going to go. And usually whenever when the foundations are being done, the materials that go underneath, we usually do not see them. We usually do not see them anywhere when the whole building is done, but we only see the surface. And something else about foundations is that, okay, you can change the color of the roof, you can change the color of the windows or the doors and all that, you can change the bulbs, but you do not go back to start interfering with the foundation. And otherwise, when you do that, then you're going to interfere with the whole system. And the context of this is to encourage, especially now, when I'm now talking about this in the context of people who are in the premarital state, is that it is very important for one to deal with their foundations. It is very important for one to know the foundation and the root and where their partners are coming from. Because the things that you ignore, they will come to affect you later. So even at this point, it is very important for us to understand what are the big things in our relationship and in our marriage that we need to build on, that we need to work on. If there is an area that was weak, it is my prayer that even as we carry on with this webinar, that God is going to illuminate his word, that God is going to speak to your heart so that you can know the areas that you need to work on as far as relationships are concerned and as far as your marriage is concerned. Now, a good foundation for marriage is built upon mutual respect, effective communication, trust, shared values, and a commitment to growth and compromise. We have different components. As much as in a building construction site, you will find cement, you will find iron sheet, you will find concrete, you will find water, you will find some, different types of materials that make the foundation. So the foundation is not made by one element. The foundation is not made by one thing only, but it is made by different components and different aspects. Same case with marriage. There are people who think that just because someone, or rather they meet with their partner in church and their partner is born again, then they assume that that is good enough. But I just want to disappoint someone that meeting someone in church is not a good enough reason or a foundation. Basically, it is the basic, but it is not the only thing that you need to get married to someone, or rather it is not the only thing that will sustain that relationship. Or for example, if you maybe for you a career is important, and then you meet someone who is in their career and they're thriving, and then you say, me, I'm getting married to this person with only one aspect of everything, then that relationship is not going to go very far. So what I'm encouraging here is that foundations are built by different things and different aspects, and one of them here is mutual respect, that the two couples they have to respect each other and each person, and respect must be felt. You know, you do not, one, there are people who say, wewe hauniheshimu, you do not respect me. So you do not command it per se, but it should be felt. It should be felt, and the recipient usually is the one who feels respected or disrespected. And that is very important, and it is very foundational. So now it is upon now the two of you to determine or to define what respect means, because respect means different things to different people, again, depending on where you come from, because we cannot ignore or neglect our cultures. Different cultures, different backgrounds, we assign different meanings to the word respect. So it is very important for each person to understand the definition of their partner's meaning of respect. Very important. So I have said that one of the foundations is mutual respect, and mutual respect, you have to define it, and you have to understand what your partner means or reads from respect. Another one is effective communication. We are going to delve deeper into that, but it is very foundational. No relationship can be strong without good channels of communication. And then again, different partners will have different ways of communicating. And so it is and then men and women have different ways of communicating. So it is important for you to understand that. We're going to delve into that a bit later. And then there's the whole issue of trust. Someone once said that trust is the currency that runs the whole thing. So without trust, nothing can happen. So trust is a huge currency as far as relationships are concerned. And once trust is broken, okay, like when people meet, they usually give each other 100% of trust. But over time, either of the party can now start deducing the trust from 100 to whatever level. And once probably you are at 10 or 5 or 0, it becomes then very difficult to start climbing up, and it takes a lot of time and so many years. And that really hurts both parties in a way, because when trust is not present, that means the currency of the relationship is not present, and many things are not going to be transacted because there is no currency. Then another important thing in terms of foundation is shared values. Now that because a bigger portion of my audience tonight are people who are already married, and they are people that I was targeting, it is very important to have shared values. You must have actually, this is a must. You cannot be married, you cannot have a strong marriage, yet you do not have anything in common. You do not have any values that are shared amongst the two of you. You must have things that you hold dear together. You must have cause that you believe in together. You must have causes that you pursue together. That is very important, because I'm a believer in people are glued together mostly by that thing that they do together. And values. If you do not have similar values, then your foundation, your marriage is like built on sand. It is not built on a solid ground. And then something else is commitment to growth. Not just commitment, but commitment to growth. This is very foundational, in that when you get married, and we are going to delve deeper into this in the course of the webinar tonight, is that both of you need to be committed to grow. You cannot be let's say the level that you married at, that even after 10 years, you're still at the same level. There's no progress. There's no growth in terms of career. There's no growth in terms of spirituality. There's no growth in terms of your gifting and all that. As in, you're not adding anything to yourself. So it is very important for one to keep growing. It is very important for one to be committed to growth. And I usually see this happening, especially in the career world. You will probably find that people got married and maybe both of you were at a certificate level, let me just use that. And then you find that one person pursues a diploma, goes on to pursue a degree, goes on to pursue, their bachelor's, they go on to pursue their master's, they go on to pursue their PhD, while their partner is still at the certificate level, or even just high school level, or maybe primary school level. Though nowadays I know many people are past primary school. The minimum nowadays probably you'll find is high school. So you find that these will, unless these two people have a lot of wisdom, and unless God really intervenes in a very special way, it is very easy for these people to grow apart, because one person is committed to growth and their partner is not growing at all. They will not merge properly. And then the last one, when it comes to this aspect, is compromise. You realize that you cannot have a strong marriage, you cannot have a strong relationship if you do not compromise, or if you're not willing to compromise. And compromise, I'm just thinking, this is, especially for men, this hits hard for men. Yeah, women are very good at compromising. Women will cede ground, women will forgo something. Women are very, okay, it's very easy for them to do this, because the other day I had someone say that, actually it's yesterday I was talking to someone, then they told me that, me, when I decided to get married, I got in with both feet. But most men, when they get married, they get in with one foot, and then the other foot is outside. So you find that for the woman, it is very easy for her to compromise. That, okay, she has already left her people, she has already left her place, and she has come to live in your house. But most men, they do not compromise. They have this macho man kind of a thing, that I'm in my place, I'm in my house, it is me who should say, and all that. And then the society does not make it easy, because usually there's this narrative that says mwanaume ndio kusema, and many people misinterpret that. We are going to delve a little bit into that later. Many people misinterpret that, and they do not want to compromise anyway. And you know, as you all know, is that no one has a monopoly of anything. Even men, yes, we have been given the role of headship for the family, but we do not have the monopoly of knowledge. We do not know everything. There are those situations that you will need to cede ground and allow your wife to shine. There are those situations that you will need to compromise whatever you had wanted and allow your wife to shine. And I hope that is clear. And if you're learning something, kindly you can put something in the chat so that we can read. I'm going to read a quote here by one Robert Thayer, and it says, marriage is supposed to be a union between two equals who love and support each other. I repeat, marriage is supposed to be a union between two equals who love and support each other, not a master-slave relationship in which the man commands a submissive woman. And unfortunately, the latter part of that quote is what many people think is the ideal marriage, whereby the husband is the master and the wife is the slave. And then the husband demands or commands submission from the wife. We are going to look into that, into the whole aspect of submission later. But what I want us to underline here is that marriage is supposed to be a union between two equals, and we are going to see that. We are going to read, allow me to, okay, let's read this first. Genesis chapter 1, verse number 27. I'll ask, I had said I'll ask Yusuf to read for us. So Yusuf, this is the Bible verse. Just read for us.
Genesis.
Yes.
Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created.
Very good. Thank you very much. So God created, okay, read for us verse number 28.